I was the principal teacher here at Blackwall Primary, and I took a one-year career break and I went to work in Abbey College of Teacher Education for 10 months. I think I was a little bit worried about leaving an established education establishment and felt like, would I miss out on parts of the curriculum or developing myself here? But I talked to my management at the school and they were very supportive about letting me go because they knew that the experience would be really beneficial to me as a teacher and would be beneficial to the school as a whole. I had done some short-term voluntary work before where I had had some experience of teacher training, and I think what I'd realised from that is that we as teachers are more skilled than we think we are, and I think here, in this context here, you might think I couldn't possibly train other teachers in the UK, what do I know? But I think when you go to a country in Africa or Asia where education is still developing, you realise that the very basic things that you do as a classroom teacher all the time are actually very new and innovative practices to people out there, and your very simple techniques, your behaviour management is actually something that can really change a classroom over there. I really wanted to work with VSO because I knew they had a good reputation and a long-established pathway in international volunteering, and I knew that 50 years or so experience, so it was very much the charity I wanted to go with. There was a selection interview, it was quite thorough, there's lots of training with VSO and they support you all the way through the actual experience itself, even in the country that you've actually gone to and even when you come back. So I would say it felt very supportive, and I felt like right from the beginning that I was joining the VSO family. It's a very rewarding experience. I think it shows you just how developed you are as a teacher and makes you recognise just how skilled you are. It does sometimes take time when you go to a new educational place with a new background for education. I think that you have to take some time to get to know how they work. You can't go just telling them what to do. You have to build up relationships and you have to see what works in their context. And it's a bit of really give and take, and it's a bit of working together to come up with a new way to take education forward. The volunteering side has affected me professionally and personally, and I think you bring that into everything you do for Curriculum for Excellence, in terms of the fact that underpinning the Curriculum for Excellence, you're trying to develop your young learners with the 4 capacities. And I think that you're trying to create an all-rounded young person, and I think having a background in global education and being able to talk about your experiences makes a huge impact in what you can deliver in the classroom. So for example, you can relate global issues to things that you have seen and experienced yourself, and that has a greater impact on your young learners because it's actually something relevant and has a context to them because they know you and they can understand and empathise with maybe what you've been through. I would say to other fellow teachers and educationalists who are thinking about volunteering that the first thing is to get as much information as possible, do a lot of research on the VSO website, speak to your family and friends. If you've got the option of taking a career break, go and speak to your management at your establishment and see if that's possible. Get as much information as possible and put your application in, because it's quite a long process, the application, and you can change your mind at any time. But once you start getting the ball rolling, you can start to think about if you want to go down that path and take steps in the right direction.